It's been my honor to represent you for the last 5 years. I'm looking forward to representing you for the next year. Thank you, Beth. Actually, I've been serving you as a Volusia County Council member since 1993 with the exception of 2 years. In 1993, the vision was, and the vision still is, 472 Activity Center for this area. We put infrastructure in place. We've got water lines in place. We've got the 472 entrance and exit there right onto I-4. It's a 15-minute drive to Deltona. It's a 15-minute drive to Sanford and Altamont Springs. It's perfectly situated. So my vision is to see 472 developed. We put the pieces in place to make that happen. We're the next interchange along Interstate 4. Hopefully we'll start, when the economy turns around, we'll start to see some activity there. We also, Osteen JPA. Do y'all know, anybody here from Osteen? Do y'all know where Osteen is? It's east of us out here. Deltona and the county came together about 4 years ago and worked out a plan, a development plan for Osteen. There was a lot of pressure on Osteen development. Some of it was not so good. 415 coming out of Seminole County is scheduled to be widened. It'll start, the widening project should start next fiscal year for the state, which is in July. So you will see that road being widened up to Acorn Lake. The Osteen JPA goes from Acorn Lake down to about, well, to the almost to the county border. But it develops. It'll talk about development plans for residential, for retail, for some light. There's a tech center in there, some light industry. It's a development plan that, again, thank you. Again, we thought that we had hoped that we would be further along in that development plan, in the actual development of the plan. The economy has kind of pushed that back. Finally, nature-based tourism. I think that we are positioned perfectly in Southwest Volusia to take advantage of our beautiful natural environment. I'm an advocate of trails. I've been building trails in Volusia County since 1993 when I went on the county council, and we have a wonderful trail system. If you all noticed it when we came in, the first 6 miles of the rail trail is being developed. It ties into the spring to spring, which will tie in all the way from Leon Springs down to Green Spring and then east to the ocean. And it's part of the River to Sea Loop. It's an opportunity for nature-based tourism, and I'm excited about it. I think that's it.
Well, what did the timekeeper say?
Well, I'm timekeeper.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Pat. And I know we'll be coming back to you in a little bit with some questions I'm sure that are going to be germane to your discussion here tonight. Let's just go right down the line and get Mr. Phil Ehlinger, who's the Director of Volusia County Economic Development.
So, he's our expert.
Yeah, I was about to say. Okay, do we need to give him more than 3 minutes?
Do I have to stand up?
Yeah, you probably should, Phil, if you don't mind.
Well, I don't want to show her up.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to give you more than 3. We'll give you 4.
All right. I'll
3
start.
and a half.
Okay, start now. Okay. Phil Ehlinger, the Director of Economic Development for Volusia County. I've been with Economic Development Department. It started in the county. Started it back in 2001. I've been there since 2002. John Kaiser back there, my partner in crime, has beat me by about a month. But nevertheless, economic development is about improving the quality of life for everyone in Volusia County. And we take a county-wide view. We work with the cities, we work for the cities, we help out Jerry Mays and Deltona and the others. Creation of jobs is not what we do. We try to create the environment for businesses to create the jobs. Government can't create the jobs. We have to make sure the businesses have the tools, they have the reason, they have the motivations. We look at places of why, what are the top reasons? The top reasons that a company would be interested in expanding or relocating here is transportation, is education, is the workforce, and there are a number of other factors, but those are always the top 3. They may rotate a little bit depending on which site selector you might talk to. So we deal with it in a number of different ways. The way our department is set up is we deal with recruiting, that's bringing people in, and that could be from, we don't actively go try to steal people out of Seminole and Orange counties, but we're more than willing to help them make the decision if they need to be, and you guys are in exactly the right place for that all to happen. The other very, very important thing, particularly in hard times, is to take care of the businesses that we have. And over the last couple of years, Pat knows, we've focused very much on the businesses within Volusia County. The county has funded a business incubator, which we want, has been a dream of mine for a number of years. That is half full already and is probably going to spill over to, we're going to be looking for one over here on the west side in partnership with the University of Central Florida. We have 1,200 college graduates come out of Volusia County every year, and they leave. They shouldn't. We want them here. We want them to stay here. We have to give them the opportunity and the resources to develop businesses here and to stay here. 80%, over 80% of all the businesses that grow or start in a community stay there. That's what that's a great success rate. That's what we want to have here. For smaller businesses, we're doing things like what they call economic gardening, where we have mentoring programs for small businesses. We work very closely with SCORE, the Small Business Development Center, with the cities in order to help our local businesses get better. If you have 2 people and you want to go to 5, well, there are ways to do it. You may need to learn how to market better. You may need to learn how to do your finances better. We work on providing those resources to keep our businesses. To us, that is really as important, if not more important, than looking at outside. And we can talk about more of that later. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Next panelist is Dr. Margaret Smith, the Superintendent of Schools for Volusia County.
Good evening. I'm so pleased to have been asked to join this panel, these distinguished speakers this evening, and this is such an important topic, economic development. I do want to recognize that Mr. Tom Russell is at the back of the room, and he is the former principal of Pine Ridge High School and is now an area superintendent. Interesting items if you care to learn more about the school district. He has a brochure and a booklet that's very helpful. Economic development. The school district is very integral to the economic development of Deltona and to our county in so many ways. First of all, the quality of life is very important in having families and businesses, corporations locate here. One of the first questions we hear from all of the employers, the different businesses, that families ask, we know because they contact the school district often or their realtors, and we hear from them and from the businesses, is what is the quality of the school system? Because they want young people to graduate prepared for college or for the workforce, for careers. And so we know that we need to work very hard to have quality instruction, to graduate our students prepared, and to contribute to the quality of life. That certainly is a vision that our school board and our school district has, and we want to continue with that. Now also, the Volusia County School District is the biggest employer in the county. And we have about 8,000 employees, over half of them teachers. And so we contribute to the economy in so many ways because those individuals, of course, are individuals that support the businesses and support the civic organizations, support the social agencies, in our county, and that all contributes to the quality of life. So that's a very important role that we have. And then also, of course, very, very important is that we want to prepare our students for college or career ready. And we do that in many, many ways. We have very high academic standards. We want our students to learn. We have outstanding, dedicated teachers. We have great administrative staff, leaders, and our school board is very committed to each and every student learning and growing and graduating at the level that we need to have them prepared. This one booklet that Mr. Russell has back there at the table really takes all of our high schools and highlights all of the opportunities. Every one of our high schools have career academies. We have various academic programs, various support programs. And the brochure that I mentioned to you talks about a lot of the other programs that we have throughout our school district. So in summary of all of that, I would just like to reiterate that our vision as a school district for Deltona and for our county is that we are very important to economic development here, and we need to support and assist and contribute in every way that we can.
Great.
Before I introduce Commissioner Zischkau, who's the next panelist, I see there's another commissioner from the city of Deltona that just walked in, and that's Commissioner Heidi Hirschberg. Heidi, you want to stand? By the way, we did invite the mayor of DeBarry, Mayor Bob Garcia. He had originally committed to be on the panel, but I think his brother became ill, and Bob had to do something and look after his brother, so that's why he's not here tonight. So the next panelist is Commissioner Herb Zischkau. Commissioner Zischkau.
Thank you, Mike. I was looking forward to having the mayor of Barry here because
Can't hear you.
certainly
Okay,
I
here.
can hear you. Need a little louder.
I'll put on my corporate voice. I was looking forward to having Mayor Garcia here because even though we're right next to each other as far as cities, as you've seen in the current controversy over redistricting, the nature of business development in Barry and Orange City and Deltona seem to be very different. I think the reason I look forward to this meeting this evening was this gives us a chance to exchange ideas on how to get where we want to go. We have a broad area of agreement on what we want. Mike started it off with saying we see all our kids move away after they graduate. We see that there aren't enough jobs, especially in Deltona. So we identify the problems, and we do have general agreement on what we want to accomplish. Someone, in fact, asked me where the young entrepreneurs were this evening. I see one in the room, and that's symptomatic of the problem, is that the young entrepreneurs are going to California and New York and Illinois